Welcome back to the Tracie Trendy Show, my lovelies. It's another day. It's another dollar. And it's another season of Life After Lockup. My loves, first on the docket, Daniel and Bianca. Now they get to go into her brand new apartment that she paid for, and they're going to dirty it up in their own special way. That means, here's the recipe. It's going to be that Arizona sweaty vajayjay and that prison stank, no showered man body. All right? Okay? Now, it is what we come to expect on the show, and they did not veer off the formula. They do not take showers. They just, get on in there. And Daniel thought the sex was the bomb, and according to Bianca, the sex wasn't earth-shattering. Now, okay, that's to come to expect. He's been in the pokey for a minute. Now this is where the bone of contention. This chick spent $8,000 to be with this man. But you know what? She didn't do anything with her haircuts. You know how many haircuts she could get? Her hair looking kind of scraggly. She needs to layer that hair. It just bugs me that she spent $8,000 and she has this money and she didn't fix up her hair. I'm just saying, not that I'm all great and everything, but I'm like, look, woman, you sitting on some money and I thought that hair is bothering me. And she dyed her hair herself. I'm like, why don't you just go to the salon? So anyway, that's just my little thing. But anyway, this man, he made her breakfast and they're eating food. And I guess she want to feel like a princess. And I'm going to go veer off. Most people thought she was being a princess. I'm thinking, shit, $8,000, you need to go up and get me some coffee. You do. But I guess it's a way of saying things, and maybe she's kind of didn't say it right. But anyway, he wasn't getting up off that table. He's like, no, you're not going to throw out how much money you spent on me. No, ma'am, Pam. And I guess that goes against my advice. I guess she didn't pay the cost to be the boss. No, she didn't. No, $8,000 is not the cost. Okay. So I guess Bianca has to get up and get her own coffee. Oh my gosh. Moving on to Zariah and Troy. Now we see that the cameras missed some Zariah meltdowns. According to her sister, who lives with them, it's evident that Zariah wears the pants and she has gone nuclear more than once on Troy. And he just looking like a little puppy. But anyway, the good news is that she lined up a job for Troy and they go see their nonprofit that and Z created a job for Troy. So here we go. They go to see this nice office. Immediately when they go to this nice office, I'm wondering why they didn't just have an office at the church. Why have this extra overhead in this nice office? Why not find some space at the church to have your office? This is just extra money. And anyway, lo and behold, in the episode, it was uncovered that the bills aren't paid, aka the rent. The rent that she didn't need to pay if she just had it at the church, but she wanted to be all fancy. So anyway, she said the invoices weren't being processed and da da da. And I'm guessing she doesn't have any reserves for these types of mishaps. And she doesn't have someone, an expert in filing these invoices. She should have had someone filing it so they don't miss a beat. She should have had some resources reserved, because usually that's the formula for nonprofits, is that you have some money in reserves in case things get stalled. So anyway, he flips out. And I'm just saying, it's just the way it is. He running down the street with a pink do-rag and a ankle bracelet. And I'm wondering about this nonprofit, because Zariah, she has a record. She's been in the pokey for 2 years herself. She was up there doing crimes because the man hooked her on candy. He got more time. She got 2 years. And the parents got her son to raise. And I'm wondering, how did she get approved for nonprofit with her shady record? She is a con herself. Apparently on Reddit, they were saying there's no such thing. She's not, her healing nonprofit, that's what it's called, is not listed as a nonprofit. Go figure. She might have got some grants, and that's why she's calling it a nonprofit. But according to people, that's not her nonprofit. Now, moving on to Teenie and Rob. This is where things are popping off. Now, I must say, Teenie and Rob are a good-looking couple. I'm going to go as far as say they're the best-looking couple on the show, the best-looking. And the children are all happy. The little boy said that Rob was the missing piece in the puzzle. And the daughter said he transitioned very well into the household. And this is surprising to hear because this man has been in the pokey for 17 years. And so anyway, they throw this party, okay? Few familiar faces show up at the party. And that is until Mama Rob, she showed up and things went left, my loves. Things went left. Mama Rob is up there. You know, she said something slick. Yeah, that's the familiar face. And everything was hunky-dory until she said something slick. Now, what is wrong is with Teenie. She had no business laying hands on this man's mother. No way, no how. I don't care if they are in the funk. That is his mother, and she may never recover from this. I'm not talking about the mom. I'm talking about Teenie. He may just cheat and leave her because she disrespected his mother. And plus, this is in front of children and everything. She could have contained herself. She had no reason to put her hands on this woman. And the power dynamics is kind of shifted. The mama's older, and Teenie's putting her hand on an older woman. And this woman, I think her name, I don't know her name is Linda Karen, I don't know. Rob's mom has, even though he's not on good terms or whatever, he loves his mom, and that's going to come to haunt her in the past. She should have just stopped that. She should have found another way or just walked away and just, I don't know. She should have laid hands on this woman because I feel as though it's going to affect her relationship with Rob. She should have not have went that far. Just saying. Moving on to Justine and Mike. It's been 6 months since they moved to Vegas and they have most, not all, under one roof. And surprise, surprise, things are tight as an ant's booty. Oh, okay, that's what Mike says. Now, Mike has a job. I think he works for U-Haul. And Justine got another baby in the belly. I reported that in a video long ago. And this makes baby number 9 and 5 for Justine. This is 5 for Justine. Number 9 for them together. Then they get on discussion. They go have this ultrasound. And there's this discussion of sterilization. And Justine has to think about it. I'm like, think about what? You guys got way too many kids. And they did recommend no more deliveries after the last one. At least wait 2 years. But this heifer couldn't pop a pill in her mouth or get IUD. And Michael couldn't slap on a condom or snip his little ballies so he won't have something coming, little swimmers coming out of them. None of them can do the responsible thing. But she got to think about it. And the doctor stressed that there are some serious risks. So she needs to snip because Michael sure isn't going to do it. And she never took the time to think about her health. I mean, she just was laying up there, all smile and everything. And she is shook when they tell her this. I'm like, this is not the first time they told you this. And then she tells him, if it comes between her and the baby, that he needs to choose the baby. I'm like, no. There are other kids. There are 8 kids. And if there's a choice between Justine and the baby, he got to choose the mother because she has to be the mother of those kids. I mean, at least to her 4. So I'm just saying, it's just a baby. I mean, I don't know if you could have another one, but you could adopt one. But you don't need that baby if it comes to your health. And I'm just saying, just kill me and take the baby or whatever. I'm like, oh, I'm not killed, but you know what I mean. But I'm just saying, you just gotta take the mother and the baby gotta go. Just, if it comes to that. I don't think it is. I think she's, hopefully she should go over this hump and then get her tubes burned, not tied, burned. Now, Britney and Kyro. Now, Britney and Kyro are moving into their own place in Houston. This is 7 months out of the pen. And not only them, Kyro is also bringing his mom and brother. Unfortunately, these people on this show, they're not the best planners, as we talked about Justine and Mike. They're not the best planners because he's got this big move, and just to find out the state of Texas isn't approving two felons to darken near doorsteps. Hero made these big plans without waiting for approval. That's not so smart, Hero. Now, moving on to Kim and Joey. 2 months out of prison, and according to Kim, Joey got the daddy role locked down. She's hoping her fiance will help because, she wants a house for her babies. So she still tracks Joey because she doesn't want to be played, and she eventually wants him to get a job so they can get this house. In the meantime, this white hit man thinks her oldest son is his because he and Kim were messing around back then. And I'm like, it's a possibility, but I don't know. And I think Kim was just entertaining this thought because she probably don't want another child, and Joey does want a biological child. So she might say, well, there's a slim chance. Let's just roll this dice and see what happens. That is what I'm thinking, my loves. Now, at the end of the show, we talk about the winners and the losers. As usual, let's see who's going to win. Now, it's always the cons. Let's see if it's any different. We got Bianca and Daniel. Let's say I'm going to say Daniel was winning. He just walked into an apartment and got some sex and ain't getting up to make any coffee. So that's 1 point for the cons. Zariah and Troy. Troy thought he had a job and all this. He lost. Give the point to Zariah. She pulled the wool over his eyes. And so we're 1-1. We're even right now. Okay? Teeny and Rob. Ooh, I don't know who won. Teeny definitely lost. Rob definitely lost. I'm going to call that a draw and just keep on moving. Justine and Mike. I'm going to say Justine is losing here because she might lose her life if, she just doesn't shape up. So I'm going to say the cons get the point. So we're 2-1 cons. Now we're back to Britney and Kyro. They're both cons, but Kyro is the best, I'm going to say Kyro. He lost, because he didn't play it. So we're at 3-1 non-cons. Or should we say we're tied? Actually, we're tied 2-2. Now, Kim and Joey, of course, I don't need to explain it. Joey is always going to bring home a point. So therefore, we are 3-2 cons. So the cons win as usual, my loves. Surprise, surprise. What do you guys think of that? I don't know. It's just going to be the record. The home team is just driving it home. All right, my loves. Drop a line below. Subscribe if you have not subscribed, as well as drop a line below. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you all out on the flip side.